about it as we go. If you guys are here, drop a comment down. Let us know. Say hello and tell us, do you have one location where you organize and store all your marketing assets for, business, whether it's just all your social media content, the marketing content for a webinar and all the stuff that goes into that, your offers, client information. Do you have one location you store that, or is it all over the place? Like some of it you got stored in Google Docs. By the way, we're going to be getting Becky's OCD going here with all this, but I mean, we got it on Google. When I met her and she took over my world, I had all my stuff in Google Docs. It was in Trello. It was on Canva. It was in notebooks. She's still trying to get me out of the notebooks. It was on a cloud drive somewhere. I'm sure there was a few other places I've forgotten, Becky.
Yeah. You've pretty much got it, yeah.
So if you guys are here, let us know, where is all your content and all the stuff that goes in there stored? And we'll look forward to seeing your answers for that. Because you guys, Becky is a wizard. I want to say a whiz, but she's actually a wizard.
I like that. I'll go with wizard.
Yeah, right? You're a wizard at organizing content and keeping it all in one location to save you time. I'm calling her Becky, but she goes by Rebecca Worboys on LinkedIn, so you'll have to look for her on that. But once you get to know her, she goes Becky. She is an award-winning, she doesn't like to tell everybody that, I had to add that, tech VA, a ClickUp power user, and the mom of 2 very feral boys, absolute cuties.
Yep.
And an awkward little Maine Coon kitten that's growing up and very awkward. I get to see it on camera. We may see it on camera today. You never know. Who gives busy moms and women in business more headspace and an extra brain. We're going to talk about that more by helping them create an organized assets hub for staying on track with things like event launching, repurposing content, or tracking clients using the productivity and project management tool ClickUp. Now, give you guys a quickie. If I said ClickUp, you're like immediately tuned out. Don't, because these tips are going to work for you no matter what platform you use. Now, before I steal the show, and let's let Becky speak, because I love so much what she does that I could rant for hours. But Becky, please say hi. And while you're at it, I know somewhere along the way you ended up demonstrating how to make cheese and butter. How did that happen?
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah. One fun fact about me. Yeah. My previous life, I wanted to work in heritage management, Heidi, when I left university. And that was one of my first jobs coming out of uni. I used to work for Shugborough Hall here in the UK. And it's a working estate. It's a historical estate. And we used to dress up first person, 1800s gear, everything. And I used to work on the farm side of things. And over there, we used to have a dairy, and we used to demonstrate how they would make cheese and butter in those days. And we would actually make it. And I'd have these shelves and shelves and shelves of cheeses that we made. But I spent a good 5 years doing that. It was so much fun.
That was awesome. And I'm sure it wasn't the way my mom taught me to make butter when I was a kid, which was by putting it in a jar and shaking it so you got butter. You did the real butter churns and stuff, right?
Yeah, we had the big butter churns. We had the glass butter churns, like handheld ones.
That had to be cool to get to do the dress up thing. And
the smell wasn't so good though. I have to say.
No, I never thought about it from that point of view. I love cheese and butter so much. I never thought about the smell of being around it all the time for making it.
Yeah, sour milk.
That is the fun of these conversations. You learn things you didn't think about.
Yeah, there you go.
So, Becky, let's dive into your magic. First of all, tell us what it is, what it is about an Assets Hub. What is it? And why do you recommend that everyone who does online marketing and or event launching like webinars have one?
Well, the simple answer, Heidi, is that it is just an organized space where literally all of your assets are stored in one place, not in Google Docs, not in Trello, not in Canva, not on LinkedIn, in the content, not on YouTube, on the videos, and everywhere else.
I feel called out, guys. Does anyone else?
I'm sorry, I am not bullying you here. So that is literally the simple answer. An assets hub is literally one space, one organized space for everything that literally gives you a little bit more headspace.
You know, go ahead and tell us about what that everything means. I mean, we're saying assets. We understand that. Not everybody does. So
yeah.
I'll just knock things off. Sorry. But to give everybody examples, I mean, yeah, I've mentioned content and things like that, and we've mentioned little graphics here and there, but go ahead and tell us, what is that?
Okay, so obviously, like you say, it can mean anything. So when I'm talking about it, and if you're talking about it like in an event wise, like obviously this is an event, Heidi. So you have the content, the written content that goes out for your marketing. You have the videos, if you do any videos to market it. You have your speaker notes. If you've got like questions you want to ask, or you've got specific dialogue, you need those. You've got your video. Did I mention videos? I think I just said videos.
You did, but you know what you didn't tell is the one cool thing that you helped set up for me is that I have a form on ClickUp. We send out from ClickUp to collect the bio, the headshot photo, all your information. Yeah. As you as a guest that of course you filled out for me to do this even today. So I knew what to make sure we covered and to make sure the person has all the information. And it's so easy because it literally, I click a link, I send it over to you, and then you sent it all back. I don't have to worry about it all scattered through an email and trying to put it all in one location. It's already there for me.
Yeah. So it is literally there. You can create your forms. You can create your feedback forms as well. So post event, you want to go and get some feedback on what you've done, send out a ClickUp form. Have it there in your hub for that specific event. Have your schedules, have your to-do lists, have all your images from Canva that relate to that event in there, your banners, everything.
Yeah. So it's literally everything, guys. You can save it in one location. You're not chasing it all over the place. I'll mention real quick here. One other cool thing I do is like, this is because of Becky, but when she organized me, when I put in a LinkedIn post, I now save it in ClickUp, but I also save it with the graphics and then a link back to the post as well. So I can go back and check and see how it performed. And if I want to take anything from the content or the comments and reuse them and repurpose it all. I mean, it's made my life so different. I mean, I'm guilty of admit I don't always, Becky's still training me to use it properly, but when I use it, it is freaking amazing.
It is. And do you know what helps with that? And just another tip is the fact that ClickUp comes with a Chrome extension as well. So even if you're doing content on the fly, you can literally add it straight from where you are into your ClickUp just because you've got the Chrome extension. I don't have to switch into ClickUp.
And that leads me into my next question, because you guys know I live a location independent lifestyle, and ClickUp is one of the reasons that it's made it relatively easy for this. But Becky, I'll talk a little more about that in a minute, but Becky, tell everybody, let's start off by telling everybody what ClickUp is, because we are talking about ClickUp. We told them what assets are. Let's tell them what ClickUp is and why you're calling it an extra brain for busy moms or busy professionals.
Okay, so ClickUp essentially is a project management tool, but If you're not familiar with that phrasing or with ClickUp itself, think of Trello, think of Airtable, think of Asana, think of a Notion. Think of Notion. Everything's starting with A, that's why. Those are all kind of similar tools to ClickUp, but for me, ClickUp goes a little bit further. It has a few more cool integrations and features about it. And it's just this big, powerful tool that once you get to know and once you get the basics, it's literally you run and fly with it. And I know when we talk about project management tools, people will automatically think, yeah, this is my to-do list. This is for a big project that I'm working on. Everything is focused around tasks. But in actual fact, ClickUp doesn't have to run around everything being as a task. And once you let go of that, you're free to use it as and how you want. Which is why it's really cool as an asset hub, because you can store those assets in there like this big knowledge hub, but you've still got, okay, I still have my repeatable to-do list for my pre-launch, for my launch, for my post-launch, and I can schedule them out because they're tasks and they combine like just to fit nicely into everything.
I agree. They connect to things even like your Google Calendar, which can notify you so you never miss posting anything or you never miss showing up where you're supposed to show up, which I think is cool. And I know we're talking to more smaller business owners who maybe don't have a big team yet. And that's also why I actually call ClickUp my virtual Becky. But yeah, that's when I don't have Becky. I have virtual Becky. But yeah, this is why we're calling it extra brain, because if you've stored this and you've set it up in an organized way, it'll keep you straight. I mean, it'll keep you going and you don't have to remember all this stuff, and you don't have to go through the thing of where did I leave that? Because I can't tell you how many times in the past before we organized this, I would be scrolling through content trying to find that post I knew I made, whether it was in a Google Doc, which is not searchable. ClickUp is searchable, guys. Or I left it stored on LinkedIn. Yeah, I was very guilty of that one. Everybody knows the story, I think, where David scrolled back to pull, copy and paste 3 years of content off of LinkedIn.
Yeah, I remember that document.
Yeah, but it acts as a extra brain to keep you going and organized, which is freaking incredible. And guys, if you haven't guessed yet, I mentioned location independent. If you haven't guessed yet already, I'm one of Becky's clients. And her ClickUp system is one of the reasons that helps me have my brain and be able to live a location independent lifestyle and work my business literally from anywhere in the world that there's internet and I have my phone or my laptop, because she mentioned the little thing for the Chrome extension, but there's the app on here. I mean, I literally go and ClickUp when I'm on the go. I'll copy and paste a post out, put it into the LinkedIn, Facebook app, whatever, and hit send, and I'm done. And it's that easy. I even used it to run the encore round of my masterclass, how to get to your ideal clients' DMs, this past October while I'm in Portugal. I didn't worry about anything because everything was already stored in ClickUp. So close down my computer, set up in the new location, open everything. It's all there for me. I don't have to worry about it. I didn't forget anything.
I find it's quite, if you think about it, it enables you to be proactive instead of reactive. And I know, like, as I'm a mom, but as moms, literally our days can turn to dust. Let's say dust is the polite term. The drop of a hat, literally, it will turn at a drop of the hat and everything goes out the window. But just having that kind of virtual you sat there where yes, I already have what I know I need to do, or I can prioritize what I need to do really quickly and easily, because my day's suddenly gone out the window and my time has reduced like to 1 hour, maybe. It just means you know exactly what actions you're going to take or need to take. You can be proactive. You know what you can move, and you know it's going to be there, and you don't have to think about it.
Well, I have to ask on this too, because you're talking about from the busy mom point of view. I believe you actually use ClickUp in your personal life too, right?
I integrate some bits of it into my personal life. Yes.
It's not just for business, guys.
No. I have 2 kids who do a number of things. We wear so many hats though, Heidi, don't we? Like, even just as people, we wear so many hats. We're just outside of that kind of that business hat, where again we wear so many hats. So kind of being able to keep on top of that is a game changer.
I mean, just from the business aspect, you get to talk about from the mom aspect and all the hats from that. I know from being a wife and things like that, and running a business and keeping up with a husband, that alone keeps me busy. But it just makes it easy to just keep up with everything, because I mean, literally everything's in there. It's drop and drag. It's easy to use. It's giving back your time, your headspace, and so that you don't miss the details.
Yeah, I think it gives you confidence as well when you've got that kind of system that you can rely on. You're confident in exactly what you are doing and exactly how you're delivering something, not having this constant ticker tape that runs through your mind that, oh my God, did I forget to do this? You don't have to worry about it. And as a mum, I literally have the 2 kids' extracurricular activities, the school activities, the dinner, I have to be a knowledge hub for them. Found in the oracle of information, who knows where everything is, the keeper of appointments, everything. It's just one less thing I have to worry about. If I can put everything for my business that I know I need to do on there, it makes it easy. And having kind of, if you're talking about it in terms of the asset hub, it's reducing that context switching between different applications that you're using every day, and that time it takes to context switch into something else and do that activity and then go back to something else. It gives you a bit more time, because you're being a bit more productive with your time, a bit more efficient with your time. And one other feature as well, actually, I know we mentioned the searchable feature, and it's sticking with me, is the fact that actually ClickUp now, if you connect it to something like your Google Drive and you're searching, it's not going to only search through all of your tasks in your workspace. It will search your Google Drive based on the words that you're picking up as well.
Okay, I didn't know that
one. Yeah.
That's really nice and cool. Ooh, that just really sets some cold chills on what it can do now, because I use my Google Drive all the time, as you know.
Yep.
Well, let me ask you this, because we were talking a while back, and we're gonna give a shout out to Jake Ward. I mean, if everybody doesn't know him, he's SEO wizard. His tool Clio for using to find content on LinkedIn is incredible. But Jake had listed in a post all of the tools that he was using in his business, and we got to talking about how many of those tools that he could condense and no longer access, because you mentioned all over the place.
Yeah.
How many tools he could have condensed and accessed if he just switched into using ClickUp. So how many, just an estimate, I know everybody's different and I know it's a guesstimate, but how many tools do you think on average the average online business owner uses that in their marketing, in their business, that ClickUp can replace into one tool?
Well, I mean, if we're talking estimates, then I mean, between 8 and 10, like different applications within their business, within their marketing. It is a lot. And yeah, ClickUp can't replace everything. I'm not going to lie, cannot replace everything, but can reduce that. I mean, literally, if you had 10 applications within your business and your marketing tools, then the likelihood is we're going to reduce that by half with what ClickUp can provide and what it can do, what it connects with as well. It cut it down, just cut it down by half.
I know, and it saves you so much time and effort and headspace and all of this. I know I've said this and you and I have said this, but I do. It's the difference between me showing up like a badass or a hot mess. I mean, just think about it. Here's a great example that popped to mind the other day, so I made notes on it. But just think about how good you feel when you get all dressed up. You feel so confident, you feel put together. Well, this is like a version of you for your business. You're not scrambling trying to find all of your assets, whether it's your documents or your checklist, or did I get that launched on time, or that piece of content out for the launch on time? Did I update all the emails with the dates for the next launch, or things like that? And because you have it all in ClickUp with your checklist there of, okay, all right, let me check that off. I updated the dates in the emails. They're all good. Check it off. Okay, we've updated the dates in the content. Cool, check it off. And you can do that in this, and it makes it so much easier for me. And I know it's got to for you and your clients.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it as well, if you think about a launch, it is just one mammoth project at the end of the day. But it is made up like any big kind of task. It is made up of so many little tasks, so many smaller tasks that contribute to that end goal, that the ability to break those down, like when you're thinking about the pre-launch, what have I got to do before pre-launch? I've got to decide where I'm hosting my event. I've got to decide, well, what date am I holding the event? I've got to update my banners in my email platform, like MailerLite. I've got to reset the automations. I've got to reset the landing page. I've got to tweak the copy. That all adds into kind of that whole, right, okay, I need to do my pre-launch. It's not such a big task when you break it down, and being able to kind of tick those off as you're going. And there's that element of as well of the fact that if it's error reducing in a way, having kind of this repeatable kind of system that you can use instead of your notes and writing it down every single time. I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this for my launch, instead of there you go.
I have ClickUp and I'm still guilty of that one.
I mean, I will not take away from the power of having those notes. But you just, by having these kind of systems in place, you're reducing that error time, and you're reducing the kind of the tedious monotony of adding in those tasks every single time. You don't have to think about it, because that in itself is like, okay, I've got to sit down and I've got to plan all this. But yeah, just being able to break down those that big, okay, I've got to launch this, into, right, these are the content pieces, this is where I'm hitting the introductions about it, and where I'm hitting the objections about it, those pieces of content. This is what my schedule is going to look like when I'm taking out that content. This is what I need to do for pre-launch. This is what I need to do for my launch. I need to set up my LinkedIn event. And post-launch, I need to send out this survey. And guess what? I've got a form to send it out straight away and have that information come back to me in ClickUp in this event. But yeah.
It makes a massive difference. I mean, obviously Becky likes this, but that's why she's an expert at this system. That's what makes it different, guys. I mean, my masterclass, How to Get in Your Ideal Client DM, which I've already talked about, and probably a lot of you have been. One of the reasons it runs so smoothly now is because, now I don't know about you. Let me back up here a little bit. I mean, I used to make a new webinar every time I did a webinar. I didn't redo the same one. I had this idea, I had to have a new one. So I'd redo one, brand new one every time, which meant new assets every time. But last year I started, and that's How to Get in Your Ideal Clients was the first one that I started. I shouldn't say that. I did my 5-day challenge way back. I did too. But anyway, that masterclass we put into ClickUp. We organized it there. And since then, it has been ran as a masterclass, including the encore sessions, 8 times total, because there's one main masterclass, one encore each session. So 4 sessions of those. And then that masterclass has also become one of my guest training events. And I've already done that more than a dozen times just since I created this event last June. So this event's been used almost 20 times since last June. And every time it gets easier because we started it out in ClickUp, and each time we just update, and it's so freaking easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, every single time it takes me less time, it's less energy. We can focus more on the marketing and getting more people in and things like that, instead of worrying about trying to find our content. What did we post last time? What did the emails look like? What did people respond to? What didn't they respond to? Instead, we go to one place, we glance down through everything, we update, and we're done.
You can spend more time on the doing part, essentially, and what you do best. And if you think of it from how you work as well, it gives you more of that time to go out there and engage with people, instead of trying to worry about, I haven't done this, I haven't done that, I need to do this, I need to do that. It's already there. You know what you're doing. Boom. Let's go out. Let's make those relationships, those connections, and let's get clients onto this.
It's allowed me more time to send out personal DMs and stuff more often. I already did them, but now I'm able to send out more than I didn't used to do. I have more time for the conversation and talking to people, which really has helped increase my leads and sales. Just pointing that out to everybody. Now, you guys have heard us mention here and there back content, and David having to scroll back and pull all my old LinkedIn content. But let's talk about that a little more. Let's talk about someone who already has a load of past marketing and event assets, and immediately they thought, oh my God, you mean I have to organize all this content right now? What do you recommend to those people? Where do they start?
Well, it doesn't have to be difficult. It literally just has to be start from today. Start by pulling a post from today, or start by pulling, I've just updated my Canva image for this event today. I'm going to save it here. Literally set up your folders. That'll do. First step done. But yeah, just by starting today, don't think about the fact that, oh my God, everything is everywhere. This is going to take me hours to do. Just start today. And hint, hint, if you have got all that stuff everywhere and you don't have the time to do it, get somebody like me to help you do it, or get a VA to help you do it, because
I did.
It's a game changer. It just means the difference between feeling in control and feeling in utter chaos and stressed, which isn't what you want to be when you're in the middle of launching something. You want to feel confident about it. You want to be like, yes, we're doing this. I am confident. My visibility is going to be great because I've put it here, here, here. I know the content's going out and I know this is doing this. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, and it does make such a difference. And it really does. I mean, yeah, and that overwhelm thing, I mean, that is immediately what I thought when we talked about organizing my stuff. It's like, oh my God, I got to do this with the back. And that was my first impression too. And Becky did take mine over. I was just like, okay, screw this. I don't have time for it. I did hire the lovely Becky to help take care of it for me. But still though, I know from experience too that literally, yeah, like you said, if you just start from today and just move forward, that it will all eventually be organized. Because as you, even if it's for an event, as you grab the pieces, fine, just go ahead and organize each one of them as you grab it. Don't worry about trying to do it all at once. Just do it as you do it, and then by the time you're done, it'll all be in one place.
Yeah, literally.
You don't have to be overwhelmed from it if you're not organized already, but you can move forward organized.
Yes, exactly. That is a perfect statement there.
It came from out of nowhere, to be honest.
That's brilliant.
Now, you've been talking about checklist and our content. Is there anything we might have missed that you do recommend that we include in this organized assets hub, all in this one place, whether you're using ClickUp, Asana, Airtable, whatever? What do you recommend we put in there?
I think that it's really easy to remember the fact that you need the content, that you need your to-do lists, but actually don't forget about those, that kind of knowledge hub within a knowledge hub. For what you are doing, the fact that you need to have a space where you can easily access the link to your landing page, or you're accessing just the links to the event, like if it's on LinkedIn, just having that extra space where you have those links, you have the information where you know exactly who it's going out to, who it's aimed at as well. So kind of knowing, well, this event, right, it's aimed at a little bit different maybe than what I normally do, or it's got a bit of a slight twist to it, so it's aimed at this person. And having that just sat in there so that when you come to do it again, you've got that information, and you can then, it's almost like stepping back in time. I feel like it's like, right, okay, I'm going to re-immerse myself in this so that, yeah, okay, this is still right. Now we can progress, and now this is where I'm going to go with this event, or this is where I'm going to go with this offer. So yeah, having a knowledge hub within a knowledge hub.
And I so agree with this, because one of the things that has literally made my life so much easier, people are constantly asking for my book a call link, or I need to be able to access to give somebody one of my social media links or something. And guys, I don't know if you guys can see this. This is in ClickUp. I can copy and paste the one I need. It literally goes out in DM. I use this on the go all the time. The PayPal links, by the way, the PayPal links to my programs are here. I can be talking to somebody and go ahead and drop the link right there. I don't have to wait, because it's literally all in this one place. I mean, I love that you brought up the brain within the brain. This makes a difference. Oh, at the beginning, I can't keep going. At the beginning of the year, I always put in here, I have a file where I put out my starting numbers. So my metrics, so that by the end of the year, I can see where I'm at. I do client onboarding through it. Project management. Becky communicates. My husband communicates to me through ClickUp. They all do.
Yeah. It's brilliant. And actually, I found out the other day, this is really random, and I'm sorry, but talking about communication, utilizing ClickUp, and it's just something to lighten the day, I suppose, to somebody when they're using it. But you can switch on a gifts feature. So not gifts as in physical gifts, like gifts that you share with people, the funny stuff. You can switch that on. You can send a GIF in the comments or to somebody within your tasks. It's brilliant. So random. But
why haven't I gotten one of those? I didn't.
We need to switch
See,
it on.
there's so much. Guys, I actually only know what Becky and David have taught me to use on ClickUp. I am so busy. These guys have condensed it to the minimum Heidi needs to know, and that's all I know about it. If you actually want to learn how to use it, you need to talk to her. She's been teaching David as well, and I have to go to David half the time now. I'm like, okay, how did Becky say to do this?
He's a real whiz at it now.
But honestly, Becky created the templates for me, and that's made it, because I didn't have to think about it. It's made it so easy because she can do that. She has a program and she sets up a system where she just comes in and they put the templates on. She shows you how to use the templates. You don't have to use the rest of the program.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not brilliant in that aspect. It is, and it's a lot to the program, but I don't have the brain space to use it all. So by having her or someone like her, or even you, when you create a template and you can just reuse it. Like whenever I set up a new folder, I just set it up and it's automatically programmed into with the new stuff. And I don't have to worry about, is this connected? Is this working right? It's so nice. It just works.
It is. And having those templates as well, where you already have the statuses, the kind of workflows that are already set up, the automations that you need for that, the kind of, if you have the tasks, like I talk about the pre-launch lists and the launch lists, if you already have those individual tasks, they're already in the template. Just click add the template. It's done. Boom. There. Map the dates. Done.
Yeah, and that's for you decide you're going to do a brand new event. Just copy that template, install it, and there's everything ready to go. You tweak it for the new event. It's all done.
I do find though as well, and that a lot of people can become overwhelmed at the thought of kind of using these kind of project management tools, because they can come with a bit of a learning curve, but they are so game changing. No matter what you choose to use, whether it's ClickUp or whether it's not ClickUp, they are game changing in terms of helping you streamline your business, creating efficiencies, creating productivity within it, creating some time for yourself to do things. But there are people, like you say, out there like me who can help with those learning curves. And I'm a massive believer that once you know the basics of a system, you can run and fly with it. You've got the core functions of it. You then you'll build on it as you need it. It's like you say, we've taught you what you need to do, Heidi, and that's it. But the beauty of it is actually if you turn around later on and you go, oh, I wonder if it could do this, then it's just literally, it's so easy to work it out or to ask the question and get it built into it, instead of, okay, I need to do this, let's add another tool.
I think that's the key right there. And not only that, you bring up, yes, there might be a little learning curve to it, but every new tool you add, there's a learning curve.
Oh, God,
You're gonna have to learn it anyway. And isn't it cooler to learn just one tool than learn 10 of them? And then each time you got to do something, you got to click over to the new tool. And that takes time. It resets the brain, takes away your focus instead of just having the one tool. I mean, it's saved me so much time. I've cut down, I think I told you, at least half of the amount of time just because everything is nice, it's organized. Client onboarding, we don't miss a step now because it's all there, including the forms, the emails, everything we send out to clients is in there. So we don't miss doing anything. So we look like a pro all the time.
You're a pro.
Yeah, but your systems help make you look like one too, because they can also make you look like a complete nincompoop as well. I don't know where that word came from. I haven't said that since I was a kid.
No, I love that word.
If anyone is here and you have questions, drop them in the comments. There's a bit of a lag, so we'll catch them. And if you got anything for Becky, let us know. Let's see. And I want to make sure to invite you guys to Right Room, Right People, my brand new 6-week step-by-step roadmap that is helping established entrepreneurs and coaches connect with a purpose. Also that you can unlock leads, clients, speaking gigs, no icky marketing tactics. So we are starting March the 11th. Send me a DM if you want to find more information about that. We are looking forward, small group. We're only going to have like 10 people. Come join us because we really want to. Becky's seen the insides of it all, so she knows.
It looks brilliant. It does. You have created FOMO in me.
I've created FOMO in Becky. That's how we go. She sees all my stuff, so I have no secrets. Becky, leave us with one final thought today that you want all busy mom business owners to know. Hold on. We've got a question. It just popped in. Hold that final thought for the day. We're going to answer our question. I don't know who we got. LinkedIn user, we don't know your name. If you drop that in the comments, we'll be able to address you by name. But great tool, great advice. May you describe a bit more, what about the integration with mailing list and newsletter tools? Ooh, great question. Valerie.
Hi. Is it Valeria, please?
Valeria.
I'm sorry. So, in terms of like your newsletter tools, things like MailerLite, MailChimp, things like that, it doesn't directly integrate with those as of yet. It's always developing, but it will integrate with your email system. So like with your Gmail or with your Outlook, so that you can send emails to individual people straight from your ClickUp or straight from a task. So I hope that answers your question.
But still, it does help even with like MailerLite, MailChimp, all that. It does still speed up the process a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can have your newsletters already built in there, so you can literally transfer them to MailerLite. One other thing I have to say as well, especially if you're using forms, is that if you're using forms and you want to set up an auto response to people, I know like MailerLite will do that for you, but actually, if you've got a form set up in ClickUp, we can set an automation that means that as soon as that form hits us, you can auto respond with an email to that person.
Ooh,
which is brilliant.
It is brilliant. And I want to point out too, because obviously MailerLite being one of the big things where they just migrated from their classic platform to their new platform. If you didn't have all those old emails saved somewhere, you just lost access to all of them.
Yeah.
So that was a really good thing to have been storing. And I know a lot of people, I was guilty of this. of storing all the old emails, which means you have no access to them, or you scroll back through. I mean, okay, MailerLite was an extreme version. Not everybody usually kills it and starts over the way they did, but still, all that scrolling back through to try to find another email when you could repurpose, guys, repurpose all this content into blog posts. You could do video from it. You can use the email again a few months down the road or a year down the road. But I do know so many people lost access to all that content.
Yeah, that is a really good point. And obviously I've noticed that with some of the clients that I use, and having ClickUp and storing those emails that you're sending out, even if you're creating them and drafting them in ClickUp for then to move them into MailerLite, you've got that content there. And like you say, repurposing it into other things.
Any more questions? Drop those in the comments. There's a little lag, so it takes us a minute. But while you're doing that, if you have any more for Becky, I'm going to go ahead and let her do her final thought today.
My final thought. Okay, so
it's the last one of the day. You get no more after this. Make it a good one.
Oh my goodness. Right. Now you've just thrown me, Heidi. Literally.
I know. I'm naughty. I'm very naughty.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay. So I mean, if I was to add anything else in, Heidi, it was that just don't be scared of systems, and just we cram everything into one day, especially as moms, and we know it could change at the drop of literally the drop of a hat. So making things as easy as possible to be productive, to be proactive, and not reactive all the time means that you're just going to be less stressed, less overwhelmed, maybe have a bit more time to spend with the kids, with the family, or even, God forbid, on yourself. I know. Just literally by having those systems, you can create that kind of calm, that bit of confidence in what you're doing. It's a game changer. And I keep saying this, but no matter what system you choose, though, obviously come and choose ClickUp. It will help you. It will help you. Yeah.
I think that's an amazing place to stop today. If you guys aren't connected to Becky, make sure you do on LinkedIn, Rebecca Worboys. Make sure you're connected to her there. And we're also going to drop her affiliate link. It earns her credits for some free ClickUp. We're going to drop that in the comments. So if you guys haven't tried it out, it's free to try. Completely free. You can use this. That's something we didn't mention.
That is a really important thing that we haven't
mentioned that real quick. We got to leave them with that detail. That they can use the free version unlimited, the free version. Now I do have the paid version, and it's very inexpensive, and I do agree that the paid gets you a lot more. But if you are money cash strapped, the free version, I started out with, it works well.
Yeah, and we started with yours for quite a while before we had to even think about moving on, because the beauty of ClickUp is that it is pretty much every feature is customizable, even with the free version. There are limitations as with any other system, but they don't stop you in creating this asset hub exactly how you need it to be. It's just a matter of maybe tweaking how you do it, but it works the same just by having it on the free version, which saves you time and saves you money. There you go.
And headspace. I think it's a great place to go. So guys, do make sure you connect with Becky. Come join Right Room, Right People so that you are connecting with the right people like you are here today, showing up. And everyone have a wonderful, wonderful day. We will see you